Andersen.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to channel Andersen. I'm guessing if you click on this video, you want to tune your ML55 or at least something of the era. So stick around, I'll show you guys exactly how to do everything and show you guys the performance at the end. All right, you guys are jumping in from the past and the future, I guess, but we are in the middle of reading the ECU on the ML55, testing out this new MPPS software. Really cool. Josh is one that recommended this to me. Mercedes Swap Shop, of course, you guys know. It's a V18. You can get these kits for like 30-40 bucks on Amazon, eBay, etc. Comes with the software, little disc. Make sure you have a disk drive on your laptop or an external one, since you know most newer laptops don't have disk drives anymore. But yeah, install the software, and we're just, like I said, reading the ECU right now. It's about 55% complete. I didn't necessarily need to do this, but I'm just testing that it's, you know, making a good connection before I try to write anything. When we actually do write, we're gonna have to do the same process we did the last time we tuned this, and jump pin 16 and 1. So instead of doing the janky thing I was doing last time and just sticking wires down in each, I just posi tapped both of them, and then when the time comes, we'll connect this one over to the pin 1 right there. So other than that, just like normal with any tune, guys, always have radiator fan unplugged and battery on the charger. So that's what we got in this scenario. And yeah, you guys have seen this once before in this thing, but it's about time it got a Mercedes Swap Shop tune to kind of update things where it's at. And hopefully also it'll get our check engine lights to go away for the SAI and the EGR. If not, I can try to go into DOS, but I don't think it works for ME 2.0s to do that. However, I've heard some people had success with this, so we'll see. But first, we got to get the tune uploaded. So once this is done, I'll check back with you guys. All right, guys, so the ECU finished its reading job. Saved the file onto the desktop just to have it as a backup, I guess. And just did the ECU ID to make sure it's still reading correctly. Now we're going to try to write, and I believe it'll give us instructions on when we need to connect our pins here. So I'm gonna go write and go find our file. There it is. Open. Do you want to check some of this file? Or hold on, I gotta ask Josh questions. All right, guys, so I kept going, check some, answer was yes. And then there was one more question, continue writing. And then now it gets to the point where it says key off, connect programming pin, and then key on. So that's where I connected the posi tap. Now we're gonna go key on. And then now we can do okay. All right, it says programming ECU now. Sweet. Okay, I can see why Josh recommended MPPS for these older ECUs, and honestly, he said you can use it for everything that I have. The M113s, M113Ks, ME 2.0, ME 2.8, and I'm pretty sure I can do newer stuff too, like the ME 9.7s, whatever. And this has, like, I'll show you guys after, but this has so many different makes and models and ECUs in it that people use this for all kinds of stuff. So I think it's a better value than the Galetto cable setup, and I think it has a lot more capability, and super cool that it gives you, you know, actual instructions as you walk through. The Galetto cable and software, like, it's literally in Italian and it doesn't really give you much, so you're kind of just on your own. But yeah, this thing's tuning up, and I will get you guys involved once it's at 100%. As it just got to the end, got to 100%, said switch key off, and press OK, and then switch key back on, press OK, and we're all good. Tune is uploaded. So let me switch back to actual GoPro, and let's take this thing out and see how it is. All right, you guys, back with the GoPro. You guys just watched on the iPhone clips, we got the tune uploaded. So got everything buttoned back up in the engine bay. This is all put back together, so we're good up here. Only thing left to do is do our first fire up, see if anything's different, and then obviously we'll take it for a little drive. smooth. I gotta reset that, so don't bother by that. Check engine light, we'll have to check. Maybe it'll go away after a little while of the tune running. Josh did program those two things out, but we'll see. And if not, I can try to hook this thing up to DOS and see what it does. But for now, at least we got it started. Nice sunny day, even though it's freezing. So good enough to take it out, see how it does. All right, you guys, I think we're good to go with the GoPro. This thing's been warming up a little bit so far. Sounds nice and smooth. So I'll try to clear the check engine light later and see if it'll stay away, but it's no big deal for now. It was there before. We know what it's for. SAI and EGR, not gonna hurt anything. And Josh said he thinks if I clear it, it'll stay off. So let's try it actually. I'll get the scanner, I'll try to clear it real quick, and then we'll go on our drive. All right guys, we got our little mini launch plugged in. I actually have a brand new one of these, the X431 Pro, like series something. One of the best ones, and it comes with all the adapter plugs. I'm gonna be doing a video on it in a little while, and we also might be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned. We gotta do something cool for 5K, and giveaway would be cool with one of those nice fancy scanner tools. All right, we're on the ECM. Hopefully it'll let us connect right here. If we can do this and clear them, it'll be a lot better than just a generic OBD2, but either way, it should technically work. Okay, it actually let us in. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, EGR, ETC, misfiring, 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 stop lamp switch. Interesting. I replaced that a while ago. Okay, let's go back. Clear. Yes. This is what it should do. Okay, switch off ignition. All right, good. Let's see if I can reset our service. Maybe body or information and communication, instrument cluster. This is kind of cool, guys. I've never got it to perfect. I've never got it to do this. I've never got it to connect with this car. Nice. Okay, I think it just reset. Sweet. Also, if you guys are interested in this thing, I'll leave a link down below in the description, and it's a pretty good scanner. I've done videos on it before, showed you guys before, but yeah, it's very good value for what it is. All right, guys. Well, now let's try to take this thing out. I know you guys like the POV drives, and I've never done one in the ML55. Hopefully I got this at an okay angle for you. Oh my God, it's been so long since I have seen this car without a check engine light. It's literally been on whenever it was, years ago now, since we turned on our or deleted our SAI and EGR. So very cool. Let's put the heat on for a little bit so I can warm up. Seat heaters, and let's go take this thing out for a cruise. All right, guys, we'll let this thing get up to temp a little bit. Then we can do a couple little pulls, see how it feels. And if you hear things flying around, it's because this is my wife and son's daily driver. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. Life of a mom hauling around a 5-year-old kindergartner. You know, funny story, the first time I ever drove an ML55 was actually on this road. Years and years and years ago now. There was a really high mileage, it was like 220,000 mile navy blue ML55. It was on 20-inch rims and owned by a buddy of mine, and wanted to let it go for cheap. And I was almost there to buy it. I almost did. I drove it. I was kind of thinking, but I think we were a little bit off on price-wise. I ended up passing on it, and by the time he said he would sell it to me for my price, we had already bought this, so ended up working out. But yeah, funny full circle. before I got this thing, I drove 2 or 3 maybe, and 2 out of the 3 were pretty clapped. That high mileage one is honestly probably the best out of them before I got to this. All right, let's try to kick it down, see how it does. All right, that was a light kick down. That was probably half throttle. No kick down switch or anything like that, just kind of using my foot to modulate. All right, that's again, maybe half throttle, 3/4 throttle. Person walking on the road. And I can't remember what this twisty is like up here, so I'll take it easy for a second. Once we get back on the straight, I'll use a Tiptronic, try to drop it down. Let's go down to 3rd. Try a 2nd, why not? All right, that was full throttle. See how the beast handles? Woohoo! That was 4th gear right there. Still recording, yes. All right, see how this thing can do through the slalom section. Not exactly its intended purpose, but this thing, for what it is, it handles pretty good. It's not bad at all. The suspension on it is quite stiff. I let off for a second there going up the hill. I didn't know what to expect. We were spinning tires right there through the intersection. 4-wheel drive burnout. And tires are pretty fresh on this thing too, so it's making some jam. We'll take it easy through here, because yeah, it's not the C55 when it comes to handling on rails by any means. For what it is though, like I said, it does good. I had somebody comment on the last video when I took the C55 out for POV. They knew the roads that I'm driving on, so shout out to you. Shout out to the local people that know the area. It's not super close to my house, but at least, you know, it's within a decent distance and is a fun little spot to test the cars out without being around a bunch of people. I think up here we'll have a good spot to do a nice little pull. We'll give it the full gusto. Also guys, we're supposed to get snow this weekend, so you already know if we get some snow, we're taking this thing out, doing the classic snow drifts, having some fun with it. All right, you guys. Full beans. Let's go traction control off. pretty good right there. Pretty good. For a close to 6,000 pound beast. I'm pretty sure that's what these weigh. I can't remember off the top of my head. 5,000 or 6,000 pounds, a lot. Does pretty good. All right, well, I'd say that gets a tune stamp of approval right there. That's good for me. Definitely got the heartbeat going right there. This is a different feeling than going fast in my other cars. This one is kind of, I don't know, a tad bit scary, being so high up and not being able to handle like the other cars if you did need to. It's, yeah, not as confidence inspiring, I would say, but it's plenty stable, so not quite scary. The one thing I wish, guys, and I'll have to talk to Josh of what's available for these. I can't remember if we can do a TCM tune or not, but it could definitely benefit if it had the later style 722.6s, you know, with manual mode and where you can really tune them to shift really aggressively. It would totally wake this thing up, because the shift delay on this thing out of all the 722.6s I've tried is definitely the largest, and definitely takes a while to kick into the next gear when you're on full throttle. But you know, gotta work with what you got. Maybe we just need a manual swap one of these things. Drop it in the comments if you would like to see me manual swap an ML55. It wouldn't be this one, but I could find another one to do it. This one I leave alone because it's my wife's car. Aside from, you know, throwing a tune on it like we did, got to keep it fast for her. But yeah, it would be fun. I've thought about it a couple times now, manual swapping ML55. I was in touch with somebody who was doing it overseas. I don't think I heard back from them and if they completed it or not, but these did come manual overseas, so it is possible, and it would be fun. If I did it, I would probably just convert it to rear wheel drive and use a 6-speed, and then kind of customize everything else. You have to do custom drive shaft and shifter and all that stuff we could figure out with relative ease and some time. So yeah, but that's it, guys. That's the tune. I gotta go pick up some groceries real quick and then head back to the casa. All right, you guys, well, like I said, it's my wife's daily driver, so we had to put some gas in it. Looks like our check engine light came back on, so maybe some more programming to do, but oh well, it's not really gonna bother me, to be honest. I'll look into it once we get back home. But yeah, let's take this thing back home, give my final thoughts. All right, you guys, just got back home. Check the check engine light. It was in fact just for the EGR. So SAI didn't come back, which is cool, but I'll need to figure out how to program the EGR out on this thing. I'm sure Josh can help me, so I'll ask him. But yeah, my thoughts, guys. Tune is excellent, and probably more impressively out of the whole scenario, super impressed with MPPS V18. That's definitely my go-to now for all the cars, and I would recommend it to you guys. For the price that it's at, 30 to 40 bucks, you can find them all day long. Comes with the software. Yeah, it's just a better buy in my opinion, and way better user experience compared to Galetto. So that's what I'll be sticking with from this point forward. And yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully it helped. I know tuning these older ME 2.0s can be tricky, but hopefully that showed you guys how, and will give you guys confidence. If you got a old C43, E55, ML55, anything of the earlier era with the ME 2.0s, you can have confidence now seeing how to tune them, and hit up Josh, Mercedes Swap Shop. They'll help you out, get it done. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.